Hey you guys, it's Alan and Mo here with Love on Purpose, and we want you guys to download the app Dominion TV. Now, listen, in order for you guys to watch us, make sure you download that app. We're on every Thursday at 7 p.m. Don't miss it.
Hey guys, it's Alan and Mo here, founders of Love on Purpose. We want to encourage you to follow us on all social media platforms. Listen, we're on Facebook at Love on Purpose TV show. We're on Instagram at Love LUV on Purpose. And we're on YouTube at Love on Purpose. You can also contact us at request@alanandmo.com. And then visit our website at alanandmo.com.
Hey you guys, it is Alan and Mo back again with Love on Purpose.
Hey guys, listen, it's been a week already. We missed you guys.
Yes.
So listen, on the last episode, we talked about mastering your singleness.
Right.
That was, next level. We talked about how singleness should just be this waiting period, that you go through as you're waiting to find that next, Mr. Right, right?
Right.
Or you're waiting to find the next, princess of, queen of your dreams. One of the things that we talked about last week, though, was why people shouldn't fall in love.
Ooh, that's heavy.
And that was interesting. We got a couple follow-ups. What? Fall in love? What do you mean? What do you mean? Why we shouldn't fall in love? I can't be with anybody that I don't love.
Right.
Correct. We know that, right? Here's the thing, though. The danger of falling in love.
Right.
It's not the process of loving someone. It's just the danger of falling in love with people. Because think about it, when you fall anywhere, right? Like we're in the studio now, right? Like if we were to walk up those steps and we literally fell down the steps, we're still going to arrive downstairs. However, I would much rather walking down the steps than falling down the steps, right? There's going to be some bruises. There's going to be maybe some minor injury, and when we get back up, we're not going to operate the same. The same goes for love, though. Right? So the same goes for love. Why would you want to fall into love? Why would you want to, just meet this person and then, oh my gosh, like I fell in love with them instantly? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's good that you said the stair situation, because it's the same way. It's like when you fall in love with somebody, you're falling head first. And it's like, you get you get bumps, you get bruises, you get all of that in the midst of falling.
Talk about it. I love when she gets in this rhythm right here, because listen, I feel another mic drop moment.
Oh my gosh.
I feel another, but seriously though, what would you say to the young lady out there, young man even, but what would you say to, somebody who they're like, oh my gosh, I just met this person, I think this might be it, but before doing any kind of research or anything like that, like what would you say?
First of all, you should absolutely not do that. Do not do that. I have done it so many times, and again, I always ended up at the end of the step, bruises, bumps, and everything else. So yeah, to the young woman or the young man that's out there listening, whenever you go head in and you're just like, you don't see anything else, you just see this person and you're like, oh my gosh, I love this person.
Right.
But you don't know that person, you don't know what their vision is, you don't know what their future looks like, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with this person today.
Wow.
But what does this person look like in 10 years? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and it's kind of like going into it. When you do that, it's kind of like going into somewhere blinded, right? You wouldn't want to go into somewhere, a new place, a new atmosphere, and you're walking in with a blindfold on,
right?
But that's what we do so many times whenever we involve ourselves in relationships, right? You've done it, I've done it, we're like, oh my God, like she looks so good, or she's so smart, she graduated from this school, or whatever the case may be. Those are blinders.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a real life human being on the inside.
It really is. And then you also got to think about too, like, where does this person come from? What type of childhood did they have?
That's
you know
good.
what I mean? Like, all of that comes into play. You just can't look at that person for who they are at that moment. You know what I mean?
That's really good. That's really good. So when we think about why we shouldn't fall in love, right? And we think about past relationships, right? I know for myself, I've been in past relationships where I went into it, and here's the thing right here now, because I know some of our viewers can relate to this. I'm not just coming at it saying, hey, look, you should be this expert of a person where automatically what you want, how to do it, how to not fall in love. I'm not saying that, because we all have been there. But what it's going to take is correct and precise. It's going to take a precise view of the past to know what we need to do currently and presently, so we don't make those mistakes again, right? Because I went in situations thinking that, listen, I checked all the boxes. She's the best person for me, right? I get into it and it was chaos. I mean, it was bad. She didn't like me. I didn't like her.
Right.
But by this time, we got so much invested in it.
Yeah.
We got years in it. So at this time, it's maintenance over anything.
Wow. That's good.
You have anything to say to that?
I mean, yes. And like you said, from past relationships, you learn. And I'm glad I did go through those, past relationships where I fell in love and I learned. But we're trying to save somebody else so they don't do that same thing that we did. So you just have to be intentional. You know what I mean? You have to be intentional when you're going into these relationships. Get to know that person. Get to know their family. That's a big thing too.
That's good.
Because you'll go in loving this person. Oh, I love this person, but wait a minute, the family don't really like me like that.
Wow. And and we know, of course, family isn't
ultimately
they're not supposed to be in the marriage per se. Whenever you guys make it to that level, but if you don't know that person and you don't know how connected they are to the family,
that part.
You know what I mean? That could cause some problems. So I mean, that's some of the stuff with Love on Purpose, mastering your singleness. That's some of the stuff that you have to know.
Yeah.
I mean, and I want to talk more about too in the next episode. I want to talk more about how falling in love can be dangerous to who you are presently, like who you're becoming, and more so, why falling in love can be dangerous to who you're going to become in the future.
Okay, that's
right,
good.
Right. Because see, right now we're taking a look at the past and we're saying, hey guys, we have to analyze the past.
Yeah.
We have to analyze our past decisions, right? It's just like anything else. Like if you're going to balance a checkbook, right? Or you want to grow your finances, what do you have to do? You have to look at the statements and then you have to be honest. You have to say, okay, listen, I made some jacked up mistakes.
Right.
I made some jacked up decisions, right? Like I spent entirely too much money at, Whole Foods, or I spent entirely too much money, going to movies, or, well, I mean, right now with the pandemic,
we're not going to no movies.
Probably not going to movies. Probably not going to movies, but I spent entirely too much money on entertainment or whatever. But we have to analyze that correctly.
Yeah.
And as a single, you have to analyze the decisions you made.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It's not always the other person's fault.
Oh, now that's good.
Listen.
It is not always the other person's fault. And I learned that just recently. You know what I mean? Yeah. I had to analyze myself. And it's kind of like, well, I went through all these past relationships. And yes, I fell in love very quickly in all these past relationships. But then I had to analyze myself, like, am I the person? Is it my fault? Is some of this my fault? So you have to take accountability for what you've done in a relationship.
The common denominator. I know one thing, and I'll share this. I know one thing that I struggle with is I thought love was like the answer to everything, right? So I thought if I can love her in spite of her, then I'm being the bigger person and I'm saving, the relationship. I'm getting us to another place. Right. That's the danger of falling in love.
Danger of falling in love.
That's one of them because then again, blinders, right? I'm going into it and then I'm thinking, so we went through this when we were in marriage counseling. As well, premarital counseling. We went through this and we learned that it has to be like, you have to know that you aren't God to that person.
Wow.
You know what I mean? God is God. God is God. Yep. You know what I mean? One quote that we heard is, Monique is an amazing wife, but a lousy Jesus.
That's right.
Right?
That's
right? Alan is an amazing husband. Am I?
You are. Absolutely.
But I'm a lousy Jesus.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So that was one thing for me. I thought, okay, if we can fall in love, if I can, you know, put love over everything, just, you know, Band-Aid that up, then I wouldn't have to worry about, you know, going through some of the challenges or whatever. That was completely wrong.
Yeah.
No, you can't love a person into being something else.
Absolutely not. Yes, I'm glad. That was definitely you. That's you.
Listen, love a person into being right.
Yeah.
It was though, you know.
Right.
You know, I can love this person into being something else, and then I had to learn. Hold on for a second. I have to have these boundaries. I have to have these healthy boundaries. One, to protect me, so I don't do that.
Right.
But two, also to protect the other person.
Absolutely.
Because if we're honest, and sometimes emotions can get so, you know, heavy in a relationship. But if we're honest with ourselves, that person has to develop into whoever they're called to be or whoever they're supposed to be with or without us.
That's really good.
So as you master your singleness, you got to understand, yes, the relationship's cool. Yes, it's, you know, it's good to be in a relationship and you want the best for it. But at the same time, as you're evaluating it, understand, you guys may not be together. And I'd rather find that out now than later.
That's right. That's right.
Listen, I'd rather find that out now than later. So guys, you know, as you are going, you know, throughout your journey, as you're going through, you know, throughout your journey of singleness, or even, you know, it's somebody who you think is very serious and maybe somebody that you could potentially marry, you know, always remember, am I rushing this thing? Am I falling down the steps? Or am I walking down the steps? Now, walking down the steps, depending on how long it is, walking down the steps could take a long time.
Could take a long time. Yeah.
But here's the thing. If I walk down those steps and I need to turn around, I can turn.
You can always turn around.
When I fall, it's going to be more painful.
That's
and
right.
The climb up is way more, you know, way more intense.
Yeah.
Way more intense. You have any final words that you would share? Any final thoughts?
So just real quick about the walking down the steps. Yes, you can walk and you can get out of it, but take your time. You know what I mean? Take your time, analyze that person, get to know who they are before you jump in.
That's good. That's good. Next week, we're going to come back and we're going to talk about the dangers of falling in love and how that impacts you presently and how that impacts your future. So guys, again, it's Alan and Mo here with Love on Purpose. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, go subscribe to that. Download the Dominion TV app and also follow us on Instagram, loveluv.on.purpose. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next week on Love on Purpose.
Y'all have a good one. Hey you guys, it's Alan and Mo here with Love on Purpose, and we want you guys to download the app Dominion TV. Now, listen, in order for you guys to watch us, make sure you download that app. We're on every Thursday at 7 p.m. Don't miss it.
Hey guys, it's Alan and Mo here, founders of Love on Purpose. We want to encourage you to follow us on all social media platforms. Listen, we're on Facebook at Love on Purpose TV show. We're on Instagram at Love LUV on Purpose. And we're on YouTube at Love on Purpose. You can also contact us at request@alanandmo.com. And then visit our website at alanandmo.com.